guys, and welcome back to the Saints View, the channel for Southampton content for our match review as Southampton got themselves to the semi-finals of the FA Cup with a very comfortable 3-0 win over AFC Bournemouth in the quarter-final. We're off to Wembley, cannot wait. Obviously fans aren't, but very proud of the team today, very happy with our performance, and we'll get straight into it. But before we do, make sure you've hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet already with your notifications turned on. Follow us on all of our socials, and as always, this video is kindly sponsored by the guys over at Pitch Sport. Make sure you've downloaded that app if you haven't yet already. Right, let's get into it. Starting off with the lineup. I was satisfied in the sense that, okay, we've gone for a strong team. Slightly, I will admit, I was slightly gutted that Teller wasn't starting. I would have liked to have seen him instead of Redmond. And to be fair, I feel like Bednarek could have done with the rest and Salisu could have played. But fair enough, Ralph stuck to his guns, and we made two changes. Bournemouth made two changes for their last league game. I think it was a 3-0 win against Swansea. I can't remember who came in, but they gave us a good game in the first half. Bournemouth, in fairness to them. You know, they've still got Premier League level players, I think. I would say Billing's a good player. I think Danjuma looked really bright in that first half. Solanke's been scoring goals this season. So they've got good players in there. I think Begovic is a decent keeper. But, you know, I feel like we were clinical. I feel like we were clinical today. When we got our chances, we showed our Premier League quality and we put our chances away. And that's something they weren't able to do. And in fairness, they had chances. You know, I feel like... maybe our first goal was slightly against the run of play. But before that, we had scored, was it an own goal? Great play from Walker-Peters and Armstrong, but VAR ruled it off for, you know, a centimetre offside. We've seen it before. It's no surprise that these decisions are still being given. But, you know, that was early on in the half. I feel like we made a good start to the game, but they definitely came into it and had a bright spell and looked like scoring. You know, Solanke was bright. I think he had a chance or two. Billing, again, I think he's a player that I really like. Danjuma caused Walker-Peters a couple of problems as well. So, you know, they were definitely in the game. But the play from Redmond to lay off Gineppo and the finish from Gineppo, that goal's absolutely stunning. That's a class goal. And two players who you have to admit, you never saw that coming. You never saw those two combining for such a goal. But, you know, Gineppo's deserved it for his performances in recent weeks. I was happy to see him start. And, you know, it's good to see him hit the back of the net. From Redmond, again, the play was excellent. He was played through. And, you know, that's when Nathan Redmond's at his best, when he's taking on his man, you know, when he's clearly got confidence and he picks out that pass. The pass is exquisite, perfectly weighted. He hasn't done that enough times this season. And, yeah, it's 1-0 Saints. And then after that, I still think Bournemouth, you know, responded pretty well with 15 minutes to go in the half. And it was all about making sure we just kept our lead going into half-time, and fair enough, we went on and scored a second, and that finish from Redmond, that again, another exquisite goal. It's, yeah, a cracking finish. 2-0 just before half-time, perfect time to score. It looked very comfortable for us then on. But Bournemouth, fair play to them. They came out in the second half again, gave it a bit of a go, but I think today, individual errors and just championship level mistakes cost them against, you know, Premier League players. You know, I don't feel like Bournemouth should be disappointed. You know, I feel like they gave themselves a decent account of themselves. It was always going to be a really tricky game for them, and fair play. You know, they gave us a game, and at times it looked, you know, tricky for us. But, you know, we killed the game off with the third. Adams had a great strike that hit the back of the net. Again, VAR, really frustrating decision that, because it was a great goal. And then Redmond with another goal. A bit easier to take, I would say, with an empty net, with him hitting the rebound after Armstrong hit the post. So, yeah, 3 goals. I mean, Redmond was very close to getting a hat-trick today. We've had 2 great goals ruled off for offside as well. So, on another day, we could have had more goals. But, again, it was all about getting the job done. You know, we don't have goal difference in the cup. It was all about winning, you know, even if it was a scrappy 1-0. We're through to the semi-final, and, you know, when you get to this stage, anything can happen. Of course, we'll have to see who gets through to the semi-final over the weekend. We'll see what the draw's saying. I think the mindset of any Saints fan now is probably avoid Man City. But I'd say as well, if Chelsea go through, which I expect them to do so, I'd be saying avoid them as well, because they've looked class under Tuchel. They're hardly conceding, so that would be a tough one. But I feel like against Man United, you know, if they would go through, or Leicester, I feel like that's the tie that I'm looking at and thinking either of those sides on our day, obviously they'd be favourites, but if it was our day and we were playing them, we could definitely get through. And then Man City, Everton, who knows? Everton could cause a shock. I don't know if I've missed any other of the ties, but anyway, it's going to be a tough one. Let's put it that way. We're going to play probably going to be playing a traditional top 6 side in the semi-final. So if we are to go on and win the competition and make history, we're going to have to put in 2 very, very good performances. But look, I think we were all expecting to go through today. You know, regardless of the form in the Premier League, we were very lucky, let's say, with the draw. And yeah, we've done the job. Let's put it that way. We've done the job. We've not made it difficult for ourselves. You know, we've won comfortably and we're through. Again, haven't conceded in the cup. Really good run defensively. I thought Forster probably had his best game since returning to the lineup. He actually had saves to make today, and he did well with those. So yeah, very encouraged with that performance. Obviously, let's not read into it too much against a championship side. But now we've got an international break. I said it in the preview. We need this international break more than ever. The Premier League form, you know, we're just crashing. So take a week or two to just kind of reset, if that makes sense. And then we've got a massive run in the Premier League to come before that semi-final in late April. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I'm going to stop it there. If you have enjoyed it, leave it a like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the game. Who's your man of the match? I'm going to have to give it Redmond. I think he was excellent today. We obviously got 2 goals as well. Fair play to him. He's proved a lot of critics wrong today. But let me know your thoughts on the game as well. Follow us on our socials, and we'll see you after the international break ahead of the Burnley game. Take it easy, guys.